Is it possible to OTK with Warrior in standard Hearthstone using spells? Well, you're about to find out. Now, the idea behind this deck is there is the brand new Time Twisted Seer. Whenever this card has been damaged, it gives you +2 spell damage. Well, Warrior has been getting a weird amount of direct damaging spells in the last few sets that cost 2 or lower, which means you might be wondering, how are we going to make use of this? We have Nightmares in here to trigger all of the Seers, but 2 copies isn't going to be enough to OTK. We have both Cloud Serpent in the list, but the very shockingly great card, and probably the best deck you'll have before he rotates, the Replicator-inator, which gives you a miniaturized version of himself that will copy any 1-attack minions you play, which means your 3 Seers can turn into 6, making any spell do about 14 to 15 damage for 2 mana, making it very easy to OTK most opponents, even if they have some armor, since we can get above the normal maximum using New Heights. Now, for the Mulligan guide, the most important card is going to be New Heights to keep. Then you're going to be looking for draw power cards or AoE removal tools. Now, with all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, Mage. I am really hoping this isn't Protoss. Speaking of Protoss, I actually kind of want to revisit at least one of the StarCraft decks before it rotates, but I just don't see a way to make any of them fun or unique enough to do it, so we might not actually. It might be one of the ideas I just want to pass on. I will say this. I know this version of the list is way different than my initial Theorycraft. I ended up realizing Elise was kind of a trap card. You don't need her, and then it allows you to just run a lot more draw power cards, which lets you get through your deck a little bit quicker. And then someone came into my chat on one of the streams, suggested Replicator-inator to me, and I was like, that's just a better release. So, you know, that's why the card is in the list now. And honestly, that is a card that I've been wanting to revisit for quite a bit of time. I'm just going to hero power. Okay, there's coin into... And of course it's Protoss, because what other mage deck would it be? Protoss is one of those things that I just assume it's going to be. And the problem with Protoss is, like, our combo takes a little bit of time to set up. So hopefully we can actually pull off our combo before they can pull off their combo. We just need to gain a bunch of armor, which that actually helps. We have the 2 big armor gainers, but I'm just going to pass it. Trying to keep the Unleash Prosculus for glory, but that might be a little bit greedy. Okay, let's use armor up again. I kind of just want to keep passing it. I know we're just taking the 3 damage each turn, but, like, I don't think using a brawl here is worth it yet. Are they just going to hero power and pass? Crossbolt doesn't really do much because we don't really care. I mean, I guess it does 3 damage, right? Prize vendor. Okay. Drawing a card, doing the prize vendor. We could... I think we use the brawl here. We actually probably should have used the other Unleash, but it works. That's not bad for next turn. To be fair, even if they get a Colossus down, it's only going to be, what, like 5 damage right now? Well, technically 10 damage. Okay. 6 damage. Scorching Winds. Fire Fire Mage might be something I revisit. Because Sarun is one of those cards that looks beautiful on a thumbnail, and I don't think I ever put him on the thumbnail. Okay, Seer as a top deck is pretty nice. Get another copy. Okay, I was just testing if that was going to be Counterspell. I had a sneaking suspicion it would probably be Counterspell. Oh, Seer number 2. Then we can use Unleash. Sure, we're taking a little bit of damage, but we're now up to, what, 47 HP, which is actually pretty nice versus this matchup. Okay, Artificer. Maybe we should have kept the Unleash for next turn. Hostile Invader into... I mean, this isn't the greatest play in the world. I would have preferred to keep the damage. Oh, charge! Hey, hey, hey! I will take that. Sure, it does damage to our own minions for now, but, like, it's still 6 damage to our opponent's face for free, right? We need a Replicator-inator and probably at least one more direct damaging spell, and then we have... Oof. Alright, so maybe I miscalculated the number. Now I think they're at 6. For glory! 1 turn late, bud. Replicator-inator! Probably butchered the pronunciation of... Oh, and I forgot we also needed Nightmares. Nightmares actually is the last card that we need for the combo. That's my bad. And we do have 3 direct damaging spells, which is nice. I do. Well, you know, we have enough HP to survive, and I don't think they have enough mana to put down 2 Colossus in the same turn, which means we might actually... I think we just have to go with the combo, because I don't think we're surviving on our turn of a Colossus. I think we have enough damage. I could be wrong.
I remember this place well.
Theoretically, I think the minimum damage if you have a full hand of combo pieces is 71. I don't know what it is otherwise, or the maximum. It's probably maybe 3 more damage, so like 74 damage. But I think this is just game. It's time for the Replicator-inator to launch. And then they are about to see a combo out of this world. Let's strike them out of this game, giving them a bit of a taste of their own medicine with a 1-2 combo. Sure. We're not going to sleep on that. And let's have a bash out of this game. Okay, DK, let's... Actually, I'm really curious of which DK deck this is. There's a wide variety of DK things you can do right now, which is actually really, really cool. It's actually probably why it's one of my favorite classes currently in Standard. And I keep, like, wanting to visit the class in different ways. I know a lot of people have been requesting Imbue DK. We might get to it next week. I know people expected balancing changes this week, but we didn't get any announced, so... Maybe we'll get them announced next week, and they'll be out next week, which is actually pretty nice. Okay, there's new heights, but I'm just going to pass it back. Okay. Don't really tell me much of what we're playing against. I'm going to use Prize Vendor here. We could have also used new heights, I guess. Point out the new heights. Actually, that might have been better. Draw a card. Doesn't give me too much information either. Do I want to waste a brawl on this board? I don't know if I do. To be fair, taking 5 damage a turn isn't that big if it's a slower. Ooh. That's nice to see as a combo piece, but also like, okay, maybe we do use the brawl just to keep our hand size down a little bit. We really are just going to keep on doing that. Interesting. For glory to draw 2 more cards. Bob is kind of funny, and Bash. We're up to 9 cards in hand. We still haven't drawn into our combo cards, but like, it's like I was really hoping it would not be Prize Vendor. And I was really hoping it would not be Ham. But that's okay. The other Bash, so we did kind of just replace both of the direct damaging with more direct damaging.
Nothing gets past.
Are you thinking?
Alright, we do have the Seer, which is nice. We might actually just have to do the combo at some point. I'm going to use one of the Bashes. We can use the other Unleash just to get some cards out of our hand. The funny thing is, like, they are definitely... They are definitely decked out in tech cards, which is really, really funny because our deck basically dodges all the tech cards that are currently in standard. Besides Dirty Rat. Dirty Rat actually kind of ruins our day if it hits the right menu. Do I want to use Ham or Bob? I kind of want to use Ham. But also Bob. Yeah, Bob to freeze the board. Okay. Okay, I wish we had Bob for the Bwonsamdi, so maybe we should have done the Ham first. All you can eat, which gets us Hostile Invader and the other Twisted, and we burn the Replicator-inator. That was a bit of an error. Whoa! Well, okay, game. Please destroy the Octogary. Also a card that I want to do something with. And I have a really funny idea in Mage, but I was hoping we'd get... Husk is actually a really, really nice burn for us. But yeah, I had hoped to get a little bit of additional support for the deck, but it sadly didn't. But I do have a Mage idea. I don't know if it's really plausible, but maybe it is. We shall see.
You defiled the dead.
I think we just do the Wombo combo here. Okay, let's use the 3 Seers. Not the perfect combo, but it does what it does. Let's make our opponent have a bit of a nightmare when after seeing this. Oh, that would be funny for later, but we're not going to have a later because it's GG. Okay, Demon Hunter. I'm going to keep New Heights, and we're going to keep For Glory. Just because I have a sneaking suspicion that they're going to have a wide board, and New Heights is pretty good to scale up our mana pretty quickly. New Heights is always a really good card to keep in this deck. Recursory Strike. Okay, there's Demon Claws. We probably are just going to Hero Power, truth be told here. We do have 2 New Heights, which is nice. Okay, here's some New Heights. Number 1. Next turn, we'll probably do New Heights. Number 2 into Shield Block. We still don't really know technically what they're playing. Something a little bit slower. Coin. Will this give me any clues? Ah, Ravenous Cliff Die Demon Hunter. Okay, so we do kind of have to worry about our opponent getting a bunch of minions to stick and then nuking us with a Call for Arrow, which is also another one of those cards that I want to revisit before he rotates. This deck gave me, well, actually the initial version of this list didn't use Replicator-inator. You can actually see my original version in the day 1 video if you haven't seen that already. There's a lot of fun decks if you're a big fan, and we've been covering them slowly, deck by deck. Overall, though, like, I think this version is a lot better than the version that was in that video. Elise is a trap, and maybe this is a hot take, but Elise is such a trap for a card, in my opinion. She might not actually be that much of a trap. I don't think I want to use all you can eat this turn, because we maybe would burn a card if they attack into the prize vendor here, and I don't want to burn a key important card. But yeah, I feel like this version of the list is a lot better. Replicator acts as like a triple Elise, which is actually pretty easy, or pretty good, I would say. Okay, cool. There's the Cloud Serpent. Okay, there's Cliff Dive. We can slam down Hostile Invader next turn if we want. What? We're at 8 mana. Ominous Nightmares. That's actually the last card that we really need for future-proofing our combo. I am going to use Bash here. I just want to empty out our hand a little bit is why I'm going with the Bash instead of the Suffusion. I know that technically lowers our maximum damage output by 1, but it is what it is, right? Most cases, you're probably not going to go for the absolute maximum. You're probably going to just go for 30 damage. Unless your opponent's playing some type of armor gain. But that is also why I like New Heights in this list. Because I don't think this combo would work if you had to wait until like turn 10 to pull it off. And Ysera kind of makes Cloud Serpent a little bit loggy, so...
Time advances.
Okay, we can use All You Can Eat, which draws us perfect. think we do Replicator here. I don't mind burning a card in this position either. And we don't have to worry about Calvarero this turn. Next turn we will... Oh, Cliff Dive. I knew that was coming, but it kind of still shocked me. Cliff Dive is such a cool card. It like kept coming in and out of the meta this year. That's an intro. I don't know why you would do that, truth be told, but okay, you do you. Okay. We're at 16 mana. I'm getting rid of these minions just to make sure we can draw some. I'm assuming we'll be fine. Yes, we made them burn an Inquisitor, so we don't have to worry about double Inquisitor off of the second Cliff Dive. Okay. That helps us out a lot, too. Perfect. How many direct damaging cards do we have? We have a good chunk of them in our hand. Bash, that's another one. I don't think I want to do the combo this turn. I think next turn is probably when we want to do it. I'm using the Brawl to get it out of my hand. Because theoretically we could draw into another direct damaging card, which would be kind of funny. We don't really need it, I don't think, at this point, but never know. We have 9 cards left in the deck. We have a few left there, too. But honestly speaking, I do like this deck a lot. It was one of the decks that I wanted to showcase the most when the mini set came out. I just needed I needed some extra time to refine it. And here we are. Calvarero into 2 Inquisitors. That isn't enough damage. I'm glad we used the Brawl last turn, truth be told. Alright, it's time to replicate a combo that this opponent did not see coming. Let's strike them straight out of the game, because I'm having a bash with this deck. Alright, now we're through the games, so let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So, I ended up playing 20 games with this version of the list, ended up with a 45% win rate, which was actually better than I expected. I think this deck isn't probably the strongest variant of the list. I don't think that has truly been found right now, but I will say this to the commenter who came to my stream saying, hey, you should try Replicator-inator in this list. That saved this deck. This was such a powerful card that it allowed me to easily cut out the Elise package and a lot of the high-cost cards for more draw power and more ways to survive into the late game. Overall, if you have all the cards within this list, try this one out. But if you're missing Replicator-inator, maybe skip out on it since he is rotating pretty soon. But before we end the video, special thanks to our channel members of Daniel Nascimento and Ruben. If you want to help out the channel a little bit more, you can always join one of the 3 membership tiers. But if you can't afford to do that, you can always leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on a notification button if you are subscribed, or use the new hype button. They all help out the channel equally. But until next time, bye-bye.